Hello Seekers, thank you for joining me once again today as we continue this Ker Nethalas Book of Masteries playthrough. A few notes from last time. So I asked on Discord, and the uncomfortable heavy armor is going to override the bulwark passive. So we will still have to deal with that. And that kind of makes sense that it would work that way. And also, a viewer reminded me to add the +10 to combat for our club because the club is simple. I think I forgot about that for pretty much all of the last episode. And one other thing I forgot to do is to roll for scavenging and bludgeoning weapons skill increase during the camp. So we had just finished the camp in the last episode, and we were looking at going into room J. So I'm going to roll for this skill increase here. So let's roll bludgeoning. We'll see if we can get above 40. And we got a 92. So that means we can roll a D4. And 4. Very nice. So we're going to get a skill increase of 4 to our bludgeoning weapons, and that's the maximum you can get on a skill increase, so that's really good. And next we'll do our scavenging, which is a skill that we would really like to get higher as well because it's a very important skill. And that's a 77, so we got above on that. And we just got a 1 on the D4, so unfortunately just 1 there. But anyway, it's always good to have some skill ups. So now we're looking at the map, and we've got room J over here, and we've also got the exit over here, and we know that the Overseer is here, and we're certainly not ready to face the Overseer right now with only 3 health, and also not using a bladed weapon, which is our best skill. We certainly want to have our best skill when facing the Overseer. And even if we had everything going for us right now, even a bladed weapon, we may not still be strong enough to defeat the Overseer. So it's something to think about. And then as far as using the bulwark passive, or using bulwark, it does make it so that we could probably wear some armor. One thing about the uncomfortable and heavy armor is that it only affects your dodge skill, and because we are a wraith, we can use acrobatics for most cases where we would use dodge. So we actually do have a way of getting around that in a lot of situations. I'm sure there are some situations where you're required maybe to roll dodge, but for the most part, we can use our acrobatics for attacks and for traps. So I think in the majority of situations we'll be able to use acrobatics, and we can get around that. Issue with the flaw that we have there. So it does make it worthwhile to possibly wear some armor. We do have the Brigandine torso armor, so that's something to think about. And the Brigandine, what are actually the stats on that thing? So the Brigandine would actually give us 3 protection, and it's going to be a maneuverability of -20, but due to our bulwark trait, bulwark passive, that would not affect us. So we would have 3 armor on our torso. So I think that's worth wearing that. So, but I'm also kind of thinking like maybe we should save that for when we face an Overseer or something like that. But we'll just go ahead and put it on right now. Although if we find a trader, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell it if we do find a trader. And hopefully the integrity won't go down too much. But yeah, let's go ahead and put that on. And so our protection is going to be 3. And what would our integrity actually be as well? So it would start with a D10 integrity. but maybe it will say in here that we actually would pick it up at a lower integrity. I don't see anything in the room description about that it would be at a lower integrity. So I guess it will. I guess it would start at D10. So we're going to put D10 for the integrity right now, and we're going to put on the Brigandine torso. So we can erase it out of here. So at least for our torso, 3 armor is not a small amount. I mean, that could actually prevent the majority of damage to our torso in most situations. So that is pretty good to have. It'd be nice if it was a full suit of armor, but now that we do have the Bulwark Mastery, if we do manage to get a full suit of armor, that's going to be a very good option for us. All right, so let's look at going into room J. I think we're going to check out this door right here. So we're going to bring out the handy reference sheet for the doors. And let's see what we need to do here. First we're going to roll to see if the door is locked or unlocked. So we're going to grab a D20. And that's going to be a 15, which means that it is locked. And then let's see about the difficulty of the lock. And that is a 6. It's going to be a demanding lock. All right. I think we actually do have some thieves' tools. Let's see if we do. Yeah, we do have 2 lockpicks, but I'm gonna say that it's probably not worth using one because we can just go around through this hallway here. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and save our lockpick. We'll hang on to that for the door going into the second domain because we do have to actually get through a door right there. So we'll just ignore this door for right now. And we'll go over to this hallway here. So we're going to roll for a growing darkness event, and we're going to tick off a torch. So 8, we're good there. And now we can go on. Yeah, actually we do need to check for an encounter, I believe. All right, so we're going to check for an encounter, and that is an 18, so we will have an encounter here. And let's roll for our encounter, and it's going to be a 15, which I believe is going to be the Flesh Eater. And yes, 15 is a Flesh Eater, so we will face 1 Flesh Eater right here. So we'll just use this card that we had earlier and just kind of not worry about these extra things on here. So, but the Flesh Eater does still have frightening, so don't want to forget that. And let's roll for the initiative. And all of the creatures do have a plus 20 awareness right now, so he's going to have awareness of 50 versus our awareness of 41. And that is a 7 versus 93, so the Flesh Eater will go first. 4, Flesh Eater is going to do the grasp. So we're going to roll for a physical check first. And that is 7 versus 91. So we did pass that check. And now we're going to check for, it's going to be our turn, and we're going to check for frightening. And we got a 2, so we passed the frightening check. That's very lucky. Now let's roll for combat and hit location. 7 and 76. And hit location is a 4, so that's not really going to be anything useful there, but we did hit. And it's only going to be 1 point of damage. So we'll put him down to 3. And now it's going to be the Flesh Eater's turn. See what they get. And that is a 6. It's going to be the slam. So we'll roll for physical attack check, and 52 versus 77. Oh, we've fumbled. And if this fumble causes us to destroy our weapon, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to just burn this whole character if my weapon is destroyed right here. So let's see. We're going to roll for a fumble, and we got a 10. And that is going to be... So a 10, we've somehow managed to hurt ourselves badly with our own weapon, and we're going to receive a critical hit. So we didn't break our weapon, but we did hurt ourselves with our weapon. So this Slane is just he just has no luck when it comes to weapons. He really doesn't. So let's roll for the critical hit, which is going to be this is going to be a 2d10. So this is going to hurt. 2d10 right here. And wow, we got pretty lucky with the roll. That's only going to be 1 point of damage. And also need to roll the hit location. And that's a 4, so it's not going to be on our torso. So we take 1 point of damage. Not to him, that's going to be to us. So we're down to 15. And I'm probably going to have to get a new character sheet soon. I didn't print this on a cardstock, so I'll probably have to print a new one on cardstock because this is starting to wear right through the paper. But anyway, yeah, that could have been a lot worse. We definitely could have easily could have taken 6 or even 7 damage there, so that was all right. And we didn't, even though we hit ourselves with our weapon, we didn't break our weapon, so at least that's good. Okay, let's roll for combat here. And that's going to be 13 and 38. So I think we will pass through their defense there, even though that was pretty close. And 12 is not going to be anything to worry about on the hit location. And 4, it's going to be 1 damage. So they're down to 2. And now, you know, and I'm wondering about that critical hit. It says that you hit yourself with your weapon, so I think we should have taken a second critical hit. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Is that a second critical hit? Or is it just you just take a critical hit from the monster that you're already facing? Because that happened on our defense. So I'm not sure about that. I'm really not sure. But I think it was fair to upgrade the monster's attack to a critical hit. So we'll just go with that for right now. And we're going to roll for the monster's attack. And that's going to be a 5, which is going to be another slam. So physical attack check here, as well as hit location. And 61 versus 81. So it looks like we are both over. So who's going to have the highest combat skill here? They're going to have 35 minus 10 due to the mantle. So they're going to have 25, and then yeah, ours is going to be 44. So we will succeed on the defense check there. And do I want to use some exhaustion to do a defensive move? I think I will save it for right now. Okay, let's go for roll for our attack. and 54 versus 23. So we went over our skill, and they are under. So they're going to get a defensive move here. All right, so they're going to get a defensive move. And that's going to be a 3, which is... Oh, we get bleeding 1. Oh, no. No. We just got rid of that after having that forever. And we have no crafting supplies. Oh my gosh. Slain. You are cursed. I promise you are cursed. Okay, so we have bleeding again. Yay. Yeah, all right, let's let them roll for their turn, and they got a 2, which is the Rancid Claw. So physical attack. And 15 versus 86. So I think we're going to get a defensive move here. So that's good. Let's get there. Let's roll for our defensive move. We got a 1, which is going to be... Our next attack gets an additional plus 10. Okay, so that's nice. So let's roll for our attack. So we're going to have plus 20 here this time. And we got a 57, so we have 54, we got 64. So we're actually going to succeed on our attack there. And see how much damage we can do. 4, so we're just going to do 1 point of damage. And now it's going to be Flesh Eater's turn. 3. This is going to be the Grasp. Physical attack check. 8 versus 62. So it looks like we defended. And we're going to get a defensive move. And that is a 2, which is going to be that we can reduce our opponent's armor by 1 in a location. They don't have any armor, so nothing going on there. All right. Now we're going to attack with our club. And we have fumbled again. So actually, I do need to mark the club for improvement, but we're going to have to roll on the fumble table, and the fumble table, it absolutely hates us. And that's a 7. Please do not be a broken weapon. I can't remember if that's what that is. We trip and we slam our head and we're dazed for 2 rounds. Okay. At least it wasn't a broken weapon. I really almost don't even care, because it wasn't bleeding and it wasn't a broken weapon. So that's okay. But now we do have to kind of sit here for 2 rounds. We can defend at least. 2, we're going for the, what is it, the Rancid Claw. Okay. 64 and 19, so they are going to succeed with their attack. 12, I think that's actually going to be in the torso. Yes, 12 is in the torso, so we can absorb 3 points of damage, whatever it is that they get. They get to roll a d6, and we will get a festering wound if we don't make an endurance check. Okay, but let's roll a d6 first. 1, so they're not going to do any damage anyway, but we do have to make an endurance check, and that's a 49, so we're going to get a festering wound, and we need to take d4 necrotic damage at the start of all of our turns until it is healed or something like that. Okay, so we're going to roll d4 damage here. 3, which would be 1 point of damage. So it'll be down to 14. And now we'll oh, we can't attack because we are dazed, so just going to go back to the Flesh Eater, and they're going to do the same Rancid Claw again. Hope we don't fumble. 98, almost fumbled. And 22, they got a critical hit. Oh. Ouch. So it's going to be D6 slashing damage. And I'm guessing we could pick up another wound too. So it's going to be 2d6. Oh no. So that's going to be 2 damage and, or 1 damage and 2. So that's going to be 3 damage. And if we fail on our endurance check, we'll have another festering wound. And we did fail, 98. So now we need to roll for 2 festering wounds at the start of every turn. And that is going to be 2 damage. So we're down to 9. And I think we can take days off now because it was supposed to last for 2 turns. And all right, so now we can make an attack here. We're gonna want to hopefully beat them this round because we have to take 2d4 every round of damage with our festering wounds. 86, that's not gonna do it. 66 though, they did fumble, so that's gonna upgrade our attack to a normal attack, I think. Let's see, we failed. And yeah, our attack is upgraded to a normal attack. And they also have to roll for a fumble as well. So let's see what they're going to get for that. 5. The attack creates a huge cloud of dust, causing the PC to be concealed for D4 rounds. Okay. 3. Now that's something that might only matter in Carnage and Aether, actually. That may not work in Ker Nethalas. Okay, no, this will work. They just get disadvantage. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to be concealed for 3 rounds, but if they hit us, then we won't be concealed anymore. So it does give us a little bit of a defensive bonus there, and we get an attack. It's not going to be any damage, unfortunately. Okay. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to do the Rancid Claw. Hopefully we don't get another festering wound here. 93 versus 72. So who's going to have the higher skill here? They've got 35. They've got 25. And they would actually get disadvantage as well. So, but that's not going to matter for 93. So yeah, anyway, we have, we've got the higher skill here. So now it's going to be our turn. We need to roll 2d4 for the festering wounds. Ooh, 4 and 3. So that's going to be 3 damage, putting us down to 6. So we are rapidly losing health here. And we're really going to want to hope that this attack succeeds here, because it can't last too much longer right now. 39 and 44. So I think they have fumbled again. And we did hit with 39. And so our attack will be upgraded to a critical hit. And they also need to roll on the fumble table, so let's do that. 9. The creature strikes itself, receiving D8 slashing. Okay, so we'll just add a D8 to our damage roll. So we're going to do 2d6 plus a d8. And what a bad roll. That's only going to be 1 point of damage, but that's all we needed. So the Flesh Eater's gone. And we will roll on the spoils deck. We'll also heal d4 health, or d4 toughness. So we're going to heal 3 toughness back up to 9, which we're going to need every little bit because we are bleeding once again. And let's roll on the spoils deck here, and also get 50 experience. So we're going to be at 480. Rolling for spoils. 4. That is going to be the valuable items. Magic item. Okay. Those can be good, but it would be nice to get something that we could use right away. And we do still have 1 attunement crystal left as well. All right, so that was in the hallway there. And now we're going to move into room J. So tick off 1 torch. Roll growing darkness, 8, we're good. Roll for encounter. 9, we're going to have an event. Let's draw an event card. Dancing flames float around you as you enter the room, threatening to burn you. Make a resolve check. If you pass, you earn 10 experience and the insight of what threats are to come. You can roll now to determine what your next 3 combat encounters will be. If you fail, the flames overwhelm you and you gain the burning condition. Ooh. So we could be bleeding and burning. And we need to take 1 point of damage as well for the bleeding. So we're now down to 8. Our resolve isn't super good, so 88. Oh, we also fumbled. How is that going to work? This is a mental lapse. We succumb to mental pressure, and we're going to lose D4 sanity. Lovely. Ooh, 4. So we took a pretty good hit to the sanity there, going down to 12. And now we are going to get the burning condition, which I think is going to be kind of like having a higher level of bleeding, basically. Okay, so we receive D8 fire damage until the condition is removed. And if we spend a standard action or +2 exhaustion, we can remove it. So we're going to have to roll D8 damage, I think, at least once. So 3, we're going to take 1 point of damage down to 7. And then we'll take 2 exhaustion up to 6, and then we'll take burning off. So that actually wasn't as bad as getting like another level of bleeding. I think that another level of bleeding would have been even worse than that. So yeah, we're just we're getting beat up everywhere we go. Okay, room J, we can roll for scavenging here. And 29, not going to do it. So now we got the door here to go into the next domain. We're certainly not going to go after the overseer. So let's check out this door. Take a look at our handy chart. So we're going to roll D20. And we got an 8. So the door is unlocked. That's always good. And then let's see if it has a trap. We're going to roll D10. And 5, it does not have a trap and it's not locked. So a little bit of luck with the door, at least. So we can just kind of go right through this door here on into the next domain. And we are going to get some experience for passing into the next domain, I believe. Yeah, we're going to get 50 experience points for that. So we'll be up to 530. And let's get out the next domain. We've got another. So the map in the book for the starting domain is a Dyson Logos map. And this is another Dyson Logos map. So this is going to be domain 2, and got this really cool, nice colored map here. And now this could actually probably be like some outdoor type of place, more like maybe a ruin. But I'm just going to pretend that it's some sort of underground, underground ruins or something. There are large expanses in the underground. Of course, we have the Hollow Realm expansion coming for Ker Nethalas, so I think we can imagine this is, maybe something like kind of a Hollow Realm area. So where are we going to start? I think we'll start over here. We'll say that we went through the door and we kind of washed up, like down like a little bit of a watery path or whatever. So we'll start right here, and this is going to be room 1 right down here, and we need to check out this room. Take off one of our torches and roll for growing darkness, which we're going to go down to D6, and then we also need to roll for the lair die, which is going to start at a D12, and that's a 2, so that's also going to go down to a D10, and I'm probably going to have to get some more dice for that. So all right, we've got another D10 here to be our lair die for right now. So let's see if we have an encounter in here, and we got a 1. It's going to be an event. You come across a terrible altar to a nameless deity. If you choose to defile it, make an athletics check. If you pass it, you can eliminate the effects of an active event. If you fail, you've made too much noise, attracting trouble. Make a roll on the combat encounters table. So we can choose to defile it, so I think we're not going to do anything with it. We also need to take 1 point of toughness damage down to 6 because of bleeding. So I think right now we're just going to leave that alone. And we'll roll for scavenging. 91, didn't get anything there. Let's walk up these stairs and come into room 2. So we'll roll our attention and lair die, and that's going to be a 1 and a 3, so the attention die is going to go down to a D4. And we also need to see what our overseer and overseer influence is going to be for this domain, because it is going to be different. All right, so we're going to draw an overseer influence card, and it's going to be skill plus 10 combat skill. So all of the monsters here are going to be skilled, and that's a pretty tough one to get. It's probably one of the more kind of bad ones to get, I think. And then we're going to see what overseer we're going to have. Now I am leaving the glacial burrower out because that's the overseer we have for domain 1, so I don't want to draw that again. So we're going to have the infernal tormentor. That sounds like it's going to be pretty bad. All right, so here we have the infernal tormentor, and we've got the skilled overseer influence. All right, room 2. We're going to have a combat, and now we're going to be drawing from the full combat deck. So, and this is going to be the Blighted Sentinel, and this is actually from the First Valorian Codex. So we've got one of these guys. Blighted Sentinel. Let's look at what the Blighted Sentinel is. This towering figure resembles a centaur, but horribly corrupted and grotesque. Its flesh withered and its once gleaming armor now rusted and decayed. The Blighted Sentinel's eyes burn with an eerie green glow, emanating a malevolent aura that chills the very soul. The creature's presence pollutes the land around it, causing all life to wither and critters to flee in terror. When provoked, it unleashes devastating attacks with its corrupted weaponry, striking down intruders with ruthless efficiency. Its movements are swift and relentless, driven by an insatiable hunger for destruction. Okay, this is frightening and undead. And it has 2 armor on the chest and 7 health. So pretty bad. Pretty bad indeed. Okay, we've got our Blighted Sentinel here, He's also going to have plus 10 combat, so he's going to have a combat skill of 50, which is pretty good. So this is going to be a tough fight. And let's roll awareness. It's going to be 41 versus 30. So 63 and 32. We've both gone over, but our base skill will be higher, so we will go first. And that's always good, especially against a tough enemy. 72 versus 1. So they will get a defensive move there. And an 8. That is going to be our next defensive roll or magic resistance check is reduced by 20. Okay. So Blighted Sentinel will attack. 4 is going to be the Withering Touch. This is physical. The Blighted Sentinel reaches out with its decayed hands and touches the target. The target takes D6 necrotic damage and must succeed on an endurance check or have their maximum toughness reduced by the same amount until they finished a camp rest. Ooh, okay. So we got to make a physical combat check here. And they're going to have a skill of, it would be 50, but we have the mantle, so they're going to have a skill of 40. 98 and 2, so we do succeed there, and we get to have a defensive move. And that's going to be a 4, which is, if you were prone, paralyzed, stunned, or some other similar condition, you'll automatically recover. Otherwise, your next attack receives an additional plus 20. Now, we were supposed to just have a minus 20 to our attack there, or to our defense there, but we rolled a 2, so we're okay. So I just remembered that we had that minus 20, but we're all right. But we will get a plus 10 to our next attack, so that's good. All right, let's roll for our attack. So we're gonna have a total skill of 64 here. And we got a 100 and a fumble. Great. So, but they missed their attack, so it's going to be, I think their attack's going to be upgraded to a standard hit. Oh no, our attack is just going to fumble. Okay, let's see what we get for a fumble here. Fumbles are always very, very scary, especially with this character. So we got a 7. Oh, we're dazed for 2 rounds. Okay. Dazed for 2 rounds. And I also did not make the frightening check. So let's do that right now. We're going to take 3 points of sanity damage if we fail this. And we did. So we don't have to make any more checks after this. Again, that's the house rule that I'm using, but we're going to take 3 points of sanity damage, which is 1 more than usual. So we're going to be down to 9 sanity. And I might even think about increasing that to 4 sanity loss. I think that would actually be more fair, especially since this would be a longer fight. So we'll increase that to 4 sanity loss, so we're down to 8. So we've already lost half of our sanity. And yeah, so we just fumbled on our attack. And we're now going to be dazed for 2 rounds. And now the Blighted Sentinel will get to attack right now. They're going to get to attack twice. So 4, they're going to do the Withering Touch. Okay, they've already done this one before, I believe. But we were able to defend last time. And that is 74 and 89. So let's see who has the higher base skill. We would have 41. And they would have 40. So I think we just beat their base skill by 1. So very lucky there. Now they get to attack again. 5, this is going to be the Aura of Decay. This is a magical attack, so let's make a magical resistance check. 9. Okay, so we did pass that. If they had been able to hit with that, we would have suffered D4 necrotic damage at the start of our turn. And we would basically suffer that until the thing dies. And each time it's activated, increases damage by 1. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, so we got really lucky there. And that's going to be the 2 turns of Dazed. So Dazed is off. And we can attack now. $29 versus 81. So we're going to succeed on our attack. 12, I think, is going to be the torso. They have 2 armor there, so that's pretty bad. Probably not going to be able to do any damage. 4, nope, won't do any damage. All right, it's going to be their turn. 6, they're going to do that aura again, which is going to be pretty bad if this does hit. We got a 4, so we defended again. Nice. Let's attack again. Don't want to hit the torso. 8 is not the torso. 49 versus 14. They will defend. Or no, I think no. We have 54, 64. So no, we got it. We got the attack. 8. Don't have to worry about that hit location. And 6. Very nice. We're going to do 2 points of damage. So down to 5. There's still a long way to go to defeat them, but we are making some progress. 2, this is going to be the Corrupted Strike. Physical attack check here. 71 versus 41. They just went over their combat skill. So who's got the higher base skill? We've got 41 acrobatics, so we are very lucky by just 1 point there. And now we'll roll for our attack. $23 versus 6. So they have defended. They're going to get a defensive move. 9. They recover D4 health. Oh, that's so bad. 2. So they're going to recover 1 health here. Or no, they're going to recover 2 actually. Yeah. So yeah, 2. Okay. So they're back to 7. Very bad. Very, very bad. Okay. Our turn. Or no, is it their turn? Great. I forgot now whose turn it was. I think it's their turn. 1 corrupted slash again, or corrupted strike. $38 and 5. So we will be able to defend that, and we get a defensive move. One. That is going to be our next attack gets an additional +10. Okay, so we're going to get +10 right here on this attack. So 15 versus 40, and they are going to defend. All right, their turn. 1 corrupted strike. 18 versus 78. So we defend. We get a defensive move. 3. Your opponent receives bleeding 1. Okay. So they've got bleeding 1 right now. Oh yeah, and they have the +10 combat skill. Oh no. So I've been calculating that wrong on a couple times. I'm gonna have to remember that. Ah, bummer. Okay. So okay, so we're gonna make our attack here. You gotta remember that they've got +10 combat skill. So like that time when they got 40, they actually would have had 50. 36 and 18. So we will succeed on our attack. And the hit location is not going to be the chest, at least, so that's good. And we got a 1, so no damage. 1, they're doing the strike. $80 and 21, so we defend. You get a defensive move. 0, which is 10. Our next attack doesn't take the usual -30 for targeting a body parts, so we can target a weak spot. Okay, that's nice. So we're gonna target the head here, and yeah, we're just gonna target the head. 27 and 59. So their combat skill would be 50. So we did hit, and it's going to be a critical hit. So that's really good because we hit the head there. And 6 and 2, it's going to be 2, 3 points of damage, taking him down to 4. So pretty cool there. All right, their turn. 5, this is going to be the Aura of Decay. This is definitely one of their strongest attacks. But our magic defense has been rock solid so far. Nothing to worry about on that one. 23 and 92, so we will hit. 3 is going to be 1 point of damage. So they're down to 3. And now it's their turn. 1 doing the strike. 96 and 54. So that we are both over. They get their +10 here, but their other +10 for attacker bonus is canceled out. So 54 is going to be too high. So if we go by base skill, then it would be 50. So actually they will hit going by base skill. So let's roll for damage here. 4, it's going to be 1. So we're down to 5. And now it's our turn. $97 and 36. So they are going to defend, and they will get a defensive move. 2. That is going to be reduce the PC's armor in 1 random location until the end of combat. Okay, so our torso armor is going to be reduced down to 2 instead of 3 now. Until the end of combat. And did they hit us in the torso earlier? I cannot remember if they hit us in the torso, but if they did, we should have rolled for an integrity check. So I will take a look at that. And let's roll for our attack. $52.81. Our attack is going to succeed there. And we got a 9 on the hit location, which is not going to be the torso. Well, I think it is the abdomen. So does the abdomen count as part of the torso? I guess it does. So they're going to have 2 armor there. So this was not going to do any damage. That's too bad. 3 Withering Touch, physical attack. 84 and 42. Our acrobatics is 41, so we do not defend. And they have also missed, but so we both went over, so they are going to hit because their skill is higher. And what was the hit location on that? 13. That's not going to be our torso. And the Withering Touch, they get D6. So they're going to do 1 point of damage, but we also need to roll an endurance check as well. And that is a 69. So we're also going to fail on the endurance check, which means our maximum toughness is going to be reduced until we have a camp rest. So our maximum toughness is going to be reduced by 1. So our maximum toughness is reduced to 15 right now until the camp rest. Okay. Now we make our attack. And 4 versus 74. So our attack is going to succeed. They have rolled over. 6. Very nice. That's 2 points. So they're down to 1. So we have a little bit of hope here that we can actually pull out the victory on this one. 3 is going to be the Withering Touch again. And 15, 82. So they have hit. Let's roll for damage. 3, that's going to be 1 point of damage. So we're down to 2. And then also our max toughness is going to be reduced to 14. Oh no, we got to make an endurance check first, but we probably won't pass it. No, we didn't pass it. So yeah, our max toughness is dropped down to 14. And now it's going to be our turn. We can finish them off right here, maybe. 24 versus 16. Yeah, so we will succeed, but we got a 9 on the roll, which is abdomen, which is their armor. So probably not going to be able to do any damage. In fact, I don't think we can. Even with a 6, we can't do any damage. That's too bad. All right, 6. They're going to do the Aura of Decay. Oops, I rolled the wrong dice. 1. So we continue to resist all magic. That's really good. Our attack is going to be 4 versus 64, so we will succeed in our attack, and we did not roll the... Oh, we did roll the abdomen. 7 is abdomen. So we can't hit them there. Yeah, that torso armor is really killing us right now. Okay, 4. They're going to do the Withering Touch again. And 67 versus 6, so they are going to hit. That's going to be 1 point of damage. So we're down to 1, and our toughness, max toughness is also going to be reduced to 13 if we fail the endurance check. And we did. Okay. Now let's roll for our attack. 13 and 68, so we will hit, but we got the abdomen again, or the chest, so it's torso. So we can't do any damage. 6, the aura, and 82. Oh, great. So we did not pass. Oh, okay. I read this wrong. So they've been having this. Okay, so this aura would be out the entire time. Okay, but this is the first time that we have actually failed, right? Oh, so we were supposed to roll this at the start of every combat. Oh man. Well, let's just check it twice right now. So 27, we were good there. 99. Oh no. So that's a critical hit. That's going to be... We get double damage from the spell. Okay, so that's going to be 2d4. All right. Ooh, so 1 and 2. 1 and 2 damage. All right, so 2 damage. It takes us down to 0 toughness, and then we're at 3 health. And okay, so I just did a couple magic resistance rolls there to kind of make up for the fact that I had missed a couple turns with that. And then now it's our turn right now, and we're gonna have to make another magic resistance check, which is gonna be 93. So we failed again. So, and now they also get a +2. And this ability has been activated probably 3 times at this point. So 1 + 3 is 4. So 4 on the table is going to be 1 point of damage. So we're down to 2. All right, we're almost dead here if we don't finish them right now. And I think they probably, honestly, I think they probably would have killed us if I'd been calculating this correctly. Yeah, let's see here. 47 and 97. So we're gonna fail on our attack, and they will get a defensive move, which is 3. Oh, we get bleeding. We have bleeding 2 now. So we're in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, let's see. Bleeding. We have bleeding level 2 right now. So now we do receive 1 point of damage in every combat turn, I think. Let's make sure that I'm counting that right. Okay, so I guess at every turn we're going to receive 1 point of damage at the start of every turn. And now it's going to be the Blighted Sentinel's turn. They've got the Withering Touch. And that is a 66. So we have fumbled, and they got a 55. So I think they have fumbled as well. So both fumbled. So if they both fumble, it's just a fumble. So I guess they will fumble, and we could mark acrobatics for improvement. I don't think we'll be alive for that, but don't forget to do it. Okay, now let's roll a fumble for them. The attacker has to roll a fumble. So 6. So the creature trips and falls, and it is prone until its next turn. So they're going to be prone for 1 turn. Okay. And so they would have a, we will get a +30 bonus attacking them. But now at the start of our turn, we need to make a magic resistance check for the aura. 37, so we did pass that. But now we need to take a point of damage for bleeding. So we're down to 1 health. We are on death's doorstep here, and they only have 1 health as well, so we get a +30 for our attack. So maybe we can finish them here. I don't know if it's going to matter because I think we're going to die from bleeding, but hey, at least we can go down swinging and kill this sentinel. Ooh, 20, we got a critical hit. Nice. 49 to 18. So yeah, we will get a roll a critical hit. And that's going to be 4 damage. So they're dead. And we are going to be dead too, I believe. But because we have lived through the combat, we can roll for health recovery. We're going to get 4 points of health, or 4 points of toughness. So we've got 1 health and 4 toughness right now. We get 50 experience. So we're up to 580. And we can roll on the spoils table. 6 is going to be a precious. spoils, which I think we deserved after that, and it's just another magic item. Maybe if we had got a powerful relic, we might have been able to somehow, something crazy would happen. But anyway, we got another magic item. And okay, so now that combat is over, we're here in room 2, and yeah, I probably calculated their that aura, that magical aura wrong, and I think I would probably be dead already right now. But anyway, let's roll for scavenging and see if we get anything. And a 91, so no, we're not going to get nothing. And we're going to move into this corridor right here, but there is a door. There is a door, so let's see if that door is locked. And that is an 18, so that door is locked. Let's see how difficult the lock is. It's going to be a D8. 3, the lock is easy, so we get a plus 10 skill on that. And let's see if it is... let's see if it is trapped. 14. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong die there. 5, it is not trapped. Okay, so we do need to try to unlock this. We're going to have to use our thieves tools. We do get a plus 10 to this. So we're going to be rolling basically with a thievery of 40. And 81 we failed, so I think that means that we broke 1 lockpick. And 12 we passed. So we're going to get 15 experience. We're going to go up to 95. 595. And we broke 1 lockpick, so we've only got 1 left. Now we can move into the hallway here. So we'll circle that door. This hallway is going to be room number 3. We're going to take off a torch, and now we've used up that torch. I think we've only got 1 torch left. Yeah, so we're down to 1 torch right now. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all those. Roll for the lair and the growing darkness. And they will stay the same. And then now we need to take, is it 1 or 2 points of direct damage now for the bleeding 2? So I think, so it says that you get 1 direct damage per room, but we have bleeding 2, so I think it's 2 direct damage. Okay, so I guess, I'm not really sure, but that it seems like it would make sense because it's a 2nd level and it's 1 direct damage per room, so we're down to 2 health. And we need to roll for an encounter in here. And that's a 1, so we're going to get an event. The ancient spirit of a Valorian necrolord appears in front of you, rushing towards you as it grabs your head from both sides. Make a resolve check. If you pass, you gain 100 experience as it fills your mind with forbidden knowledge. If you fail, your mind can't take it, and you must roll on the madness table. Whoa, okay, that's pretty nuts. So let's check our 21 resolve skill. 15, wow, we passed it. So we get 100 experience. So 695. I'm very surprised that we passed that. And I'm also very surprised that it wasn't something that just outright killed us as well. Okay, now we can, let's see, we know we were in the hallway, so we can't scavenge. So we're going to go into, I guess we'll go into this room here, will be room 4. And, oh, we do have another door there as well. So let's check about this door. 4, the door is unlocked. And, oops, that's the wrong die there. And 2, the door is not trapped. So we're just going to walk right on through into room 4. Tick off a light source, roll our attention and lair die. And that is, that. Let's see, that one's going to go down to Oh, okay. So we're down to we're going to have a growing darkness event right now. Let's see here. Let's draw growing darkness. We are ambushed. Roll on the combat encounter table. Your opponent surprises you. Oh, great. We'll draw a card for a creature. And this is the Bloodstalker. And we are surprised. So they're just going to attack right away. 6, they're doing the Vampiric Drain. This is a physical attack, so we'll make a physical attack check. 74 and 64. What's their attack skill? Their attack skill is 60. So they did fail, but so did we. So I think actually their attack is going to succeed. So the Bloodstalker targets a creature biting into it and dealing D8 piercing damage. The Bloodstalker gains temporary health equal to the damage dealt. Okay, so they're going to roll D8. And that is a 2, which is just going to be 1. So we're down to 1 health or 1 toughness, and they now have a temporary health of oh, they also have penetrating 1. So let's see what that is. I think that's actually going to mean that they can do more damage here. Okay, so it can ignore 1 point of armor. All right. And actually, I didn't roll for the hit location on that, so let's see. 4. All right, so it's not our torso. And they have a health of only 1? That seems really weird. Bloodstalker, really? Let's look this up. This is on page 127. I don't think I've ever fought this Bloodstalker before. Yeah, they have a health of 1. Okay, so it did 1 damage, so it actually has a health of 2 right now. Okay, so here we are facing the Bloodstalker. And now it's going to be our turn. And because it's the start of our turn, we're going to take 1 damage for bleeding. So we are now at 0 on toughness, and we have 1 health. And we rolled a 29, and they rolled a 9. So our attack is going to succeed. And a 2, so we're going to do 1 point of damage. So they're down to 1. And now the Bloodstalker is going to take their turn. And 4 is going to be the Vampiric Drain again. So let's roll for a combat check. And 98 versus 75. So we've both gone over. I think their attack skill is going to be higher because they're going to have 50 and we've only got 41 for defense. So they will still hit, and it's going to be a D8. And that's a 7, which is going to be 3 points of damage. And we are 0 toughness, 0 health, and we are dead. So that is it. Yeah, we met our end there. I don't think we've got anything that we could have done. We don't have any crafting supplies. Yeah, that's it. We died in room 4 with bleeding 2 on us against a Bloodstalker in the second domain, and really just a lot of bad luck for Slane, especially with the fumbles. A lot of really bad fumbles. But as far as the build, I don't know if I would consider running this build again. I don't think it was a terrible build, but I think if we just had a little bit better luck, things would have gone okay. It's definitely a build that's a bit fragile at level 1, and yeah, I think if I could make the build a little bit better in combat, that would be great. But really, you know, getting the weapon broken and then losing it and having to use up all of our resources and everything, that just didn't give us much chance to survive after that. So, yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to explore too much of Domain 2, but yeah, it was just so many little things that just added up, and then all this bleeding. I mean, all the bleeding was actually really, really bad. I think really what killed us is the bleeding and using up all of our resources because of having to camp so much. That's what killed us. But I hope you at least got to take a look at the Book of Masteries. There's other stuff in there that I didn't show. You're actually supposed to look at room descriptions, and through room descriptions, you can figure out how you can find the Forge of Souls. And I did want to wait until we got to the second domain for that, because of course the second domain is not planned out like the starter domain is. But yeah, we didn't really get a chance to go into that because we're just so focused on survival. And I think probably determination. I think I probably wouldn't use it in Ker Nethalas. I think it just doesn't feel right to me in Ker Nethalas for some reason. But you know, in Carnage and Ether, it works fine. But I did like using Bloodied. I think Bloodied works pretty well. So I would probably continue to use that in further playthroughs with Ker Nethalas. So I hope that you've enjoyed this series, and I thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.